guys are ranked #1 in third down efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to spike the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What has led to that level of success?
Well, I think stopping the run game helps, because now the third downs are longer. With our pass rush, if we can get them in the third and long downs, we can rush the passer and play coverage. So that helps. Stopping the run on first, second down, forcing longer third downs helps.
What have you guys done to improve the run stopping?
Well, I think just gap integrity. Guys standing in their gaps, tackling better's helped. The linebackers fit in the run game. On the second level better helps. This is an overall probably focus on the run game. That's helped. Up front playing blocks. Better. Not rushing the passer every down. But rushing the passer when it's passed and playing run when it's run. It's simple as that.
With Neville Hewitt, you've now inserted him into the base package,
Sure.
which basically makes him a starter. What kind of growth have you seen from that young player?
Well, he's a guy who can run and hit. Obviously he's a young player. With Jelani being out from time to time, he stepped up in the base package and played well for us. Jelani's back now, so he may not play as much, but he's a guy that we can count on base downs to play at a high level for us. That's been good to see.
Vance, Brandon Marshall has some words to say about
Yeah,
Byron Maxwell. I
yeah,
don't know if you're aware of it or not.
yeah. So,
Do you talk to Byron? Do you talk to the team about that? Do you want Byron to pay
yeah.
attention, to use it? What's your approach in general on that?
No, we don't. We don't talk about singular players at all. We have a game plan to defend the offensive philosophies or route concepts, but we don't talk about one guy that much. Obviously, he's a great player. We can't ignore him, but we're going to play team defense, and that's what it comes down to. We don't talk about stopping one guy, but obviously have calls to help us win the game. He's a great player. He's an explosive big receiver that we can't ignore, but we can't focus our entire week on one guy.
Vance, what do you
As
remember
far as
most about your 1 year as a cornerback with the Jets?
What I remember most that I wasn't ready to play. I probably should have been on practice squad, for a whole year, but I was pushed into a starting role, early on, and my first start was against Tim Brown. That was I got baptized pretty good. It was the old TNT Sunday Night Football, so everyone saw it. So that's my memory about being an NFL corner with the Jets. Not good. I'm a better coach than I was a player. I must admit that.
Vince, how might you utilize Bakari Rambo?
Well, he's in the same boat as Donald Butler's been for us. He's a veteran player that's played. He's going to play some safety for us, obviously, and some sub packages. It allows us to play Michael, at some nickel and dime this week. He's a guy that's played at a high level. He's smart. He's tough. He's got some range in high zone. So losing Rashad, it kind of gives us a guy, who showed range in high thirds and high halves and quarters. So it helps to have a guy like that.
You had mentioned earlier in the year that Cam Wake was your quote-unquote specialty
Sure.
pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, in the past couple of weeks, that role has evolved a little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
as the defense has improved so much.
Mm-hmm.
What can we expect moving forward in regard to how you're going to use Cam?
Well, Cam's a starter now, but his play count won't go beyond probably 40 snaps a game. I think Cam and Andre's given us great energy, as starters, and it's allowed Mario to play less snaps and to play harder. It's allowed Jason Jones to play less snaps and to play harder. So I think the flip with those two guys has given us more energy, but the play counts should not be out of whack. Even though Cam's a starter, he shouldn't play 60 snaps a game. He can still play his 35 snaps, but from a starting role. So, I don't see it any different him being a starter or a pass rush specialist. He's still playing about 30 snaps a game, which we, kind of targeted early on.
Has he proved something in terms of his run stoppability?
Well, he proves he's back to being Cam. As when he's healthy, he's a special player in run and pass game alike. So, he's proved to be healthy and he's playing well for us.
Vance, if you do keep Cam around that 40 snaps or whatever,
Sure.
do you try to shade it toward pass rush situations later in the game, or it's just
Nope, he's just going to play. He's just going to play. You know, he wants to be out there. You know, first, second, and third. Now he's just going to play. You know, it's a new new NFL. It's always pass. It's always pass. So you know, Cam's playing wall in and run in pass game alike. So he wants to be out there. It helps our defense when Cam's out there more often. Yes, sir.
What has Chris Culliver showed in practice so
Mhm.
far, and where can he help impact the team?
Yeah, Chris has worked hard. I mean, he's had a couple leg injuries that was serious injuries, but he's worked hard to get back to this point. In my opinion, he's not totally ready to play an NFL game yet. You know, maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks away, but he's not ready yet. You know, when Chris is ready, I'll definitely put him out there. But he's not ready right now. But you know, he's working hard. He's in every meeting. He's upbeat. He's focused. He's engaged. But he's not physically ready to play an NFL game at NFL corner yet.
I think it'll be very tough for interior defensive linemen, and with Mario Williams limited snaps,
Sure.
Long on the inside.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like that's something that he can handle?
Yeah, I mean, he's a defensive end. You know, that was a move we made in the fourth quarter to get our 4 best guys on the field. You know, if he's playing inside for 10 rushes, that's fine for Mario. I mean, he can handle that. I mean, he's a big enough man to handle that. So that was not the plan going into the game. But if it happens, it happens. He can go inside and rush. It's just rushing, right? So he can go rush inside.
Vince, sometimes there's a difference between a hot defense and a good defense.
Sure.
Are you guys a good defense right now, do you think?
I think we can be a good defense. You know, we've got to obviously, play more consistent each week. And, I mean, the Buffalo Bills game was it was a nice win, but, how we finished the game, I wasn't happy about that. The penalties, the big plays, so, I mean, I'm never satisfied. Obviously the win was fine, but we can always play better. And, if you're not striving to play better every week, you get worse. So I think we can be a good defense. Are we there yet? We've shown signs of being a good defense, but I've been a part of a lot of good defenses, and you don't give up big plays towards the end of the game. You don't leak yardage. You don't give up a big play a week. Pittsburgh game we played solid, right? The reverse went for 62 yards on 4 missed tackles. The Bills game we played solid. We gave up a 65-yard touchdown in the cover 2. So until we rectify those things, I can't say we a good defense yet.
Vance, we touched on Culliver and Rambo. The third kind of new guy would be Ben Wickery.
Sure.
What's your view on he's ready to go?
He's working to be a good player for us. He's a nickel player. As a nickel player, it's like being a linebacker sometimes, a defensive back sometimes. So it's a lot more learning for him. So he's not there yet. He's working towards being ready. Hopefully in a couple weeks he can get up and show us what he can do.